Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Jason BitBender Brink, and I am here with Anita, and we are on our... Your camera looks better than mine now, actually.
It's
Damn.
the same camera. Shocking, right?
That's much better. Okay, well done. We are in our never-ending quest to improve production values and make things for ahead of the game more awesome. We are experimenting with something where we're actually merged on the same background here. And so we're going to see how this looks. It's going to be a little bit different than before. I don't have the control of all of my cool buttons. I think, let me see if I'm going to test this and see if this works. I can make myself be on fire, though. So I do have that going for me, which is nice. Okay. How are you doing today, Anita?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am... You're going to hear a quote that I use in the interview with Forged in Crypto that I think captures this. So you're going to have to listen carefully for that. But it has definitely 100% been one of those weeks. It feels like Monday version 4, and we're here still fighting through it. Still doing the thing. I've got the chat up, and I'm watching Gala Gold right here. I need to get the YouTubes up. Can you YouTube link me, Good Paul? Good Paul is YouTube linking me. He is YouTube linked me. I like how the message just before that, he's like, "Hey, we're gonna start at 3:30." I dropped in like 10 seconds before we went live. So, oh, come on. Live streaming is... I'm not trying to live stream. I just want to go see the video, you silly thing. Oh, that's the... okay, there we go. Oops, something went wrong, it says. Why is something wrong? Sorry, guys. 1 second.
Are you breaking the things?
I'm breaking the things. I'm breaking all the things. 1 second. I just want to get that up so that I can actually see the... Oh, I know what it is, because I'm not in the right account. That's what's doing it. Okay, there we go. Let me get that up. And I'm watching Gala Gold too. So how are you guys doing, Gala Gold? Are you sure that's the right link? It is not working as the right link for me.
Here.
Yeah, send me the other link, pretty please. I just want to be able to answer questions in YouTube. That's okay. I have access to the mute button. There we go. Okay. Leak everything. Jesus Martinez. I did an interview with him this morning. Classy Crypto wants me to leak everything. I don't think that I can, sir. I think I already leaked too much on your interview earlier today. Just too much. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run through this. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, and then we're going to jump into talking about and doing some AMA type stuff. Does that sound good for you, Anita?
Sounds fantastic. Let's get it going.
I really need to make my camera look better now. I feel very self-conscious here. Classy needs to upgrade his base. HB says Smiling Monster is going to come in and drop some shade on you too, Classy. So definitely level 8 is weak. Level 8 is weak. Oh man, HB's all over that. There we go. You have to work on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it away. Hold on, I'm moving this thing. I've tried to so many things. Okay, Paul's moving me around now. I'm seeing myself move around on the screen. It's good times. We're going to run with it. Okay, so first thing, make sure that you do the like and subscribe and follow thing. I think we can make that happen. If you're watching this ahead of the game, this is episode number, good Lord, 28. Woo, 28. This is episode 28. So make sure that you like and subscribe and follow and turn on those notifications so that you know when we're doing something cool on channel, because we're doing more and more cool things on channel. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Yeah, and so now I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to dive right in, and we're going to talk a little bit about some GalaChain stuff. I don't know if you guys are familiar with GalaChain. Have you heard of it? GalaChain is our L1 blockchain, and we are using GalaChain to really honestly redefine all of blockchain. And I am super, super stoked to announce that within the next couple weeks, you should be seeing the GalaChain ecosystem blueprint. It is a gargantuously long and chunky document that contains tons and tons and tons of information about GalaChain, how GalaChain works, how nodes work, what nodes do, what the plan is for the entire ecosystem going forward, and shows very, very clearly how much bigger this is than just games, film, and music. There is so much more that is coming. I had multiple interesting calls today on this issue, and I'm looking forward to sending that out to a few of them to get a little bit of a sneak peek on. And also, those of you who are in Gala Gold will be able to see some interesting stuff on that pretty soon. And Node NFTs are going to be making their way soon, hopefully by the end of the year. That is the plan. Wanted to have it done by the end of this month, but unfortunately some things popped up and some other things took a little bit longer than we wanted, but that is still moving forward. So those will be for the Townstar nodes first, and then for the Founders nodes, and that will open them up for usage on the entire ecosystem, and you'll be able to trade them and send them, do whatever you want. They will be yours. HB says, I hope it clearly shows what nodes will do. Yes, it does clearly show what nodes will do. And it clearly shows what nodes do as well right now, which I think is really important. NFT Chuck says, no proclaimed king of Gala should have a level 8 base. I agree. My base is level 11, thanks to everyone's amazing work, which is still weak sauce compared to some of those bases that I've seen in there. I saw like a level 36 base. It was gorgeous, incredibly cool. Now, one thing that I wanted to talk about really quick is we have a new knowledge base article out there. We will put a link to it in the description, but it describes what the Gala Vault is and what the Gala Vault does. This is where essentially anytime we have a sale of NFTs, we pull a chunk of those off and we put them in the vault for a later release later. This has been something that has been talked about very, very much in Discord over the last week, thanks to the Diamond Mystery Boxes, which, by the way, the supply of some of those things that people were complaining about is being sorted out. But the Gala Vault article should clear some of that stuff up. And let's go ahead and hit some of the game updates. Are you doing these, Anita, too, or is this just a me thing?
I can totally do them too.
Well, it's up to you. Do you want to? I mean, you're on the stream. We can go back and forth and do these if you would
We
like.
definitely can do that.
We are set up to go back and forth. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to see who can best deliver these. So you got to bring your best, Anita. I need fire. I need passion. I need the Anita who has the sugar-free rocks or sugar-free Red Bulls in the side pockets of the backpack that you just pull out. That's what I need. Can we do that?
We'll load them up.
Oh my God. And I'm sorry, I am very congested today. So every once in a while I'm going to stop and try to breathe because my nose is not doing nose things pretty much at all today. So I apologize. Okay. You want to do Common Ground World?
Let's do it. All right.
Take it away.
Common Ground World. So the past rewards should have all been sent out. There are a few pending ones still remaining. Now, if you're having issues with any of these rewards, you're going to want to DM Farmer Michelle in our Discord, and she's going to be able to help you out. Next up, we have our OpenSea collection under, it used to be under Townstar. It's now been changed to reflect Common Ground World. So that link can actually be found in our Common Ground World announcements channel in our Discord. Other than that, our weekly town hall is actually right back on schedule. So it'll be tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And don't forget to send us those questions or else you won't get them answered. Send them in. They are in the links in our Discord. Jason?
Awesome. I'll take it away with PokerGO Play. Now, that was good. Need more.
More.
You got to do it more. Okay. Let's see here. Jay Wheeldryer. Hey man, how you doing, Jay? I haven't heard from you in a freaking coon's age, man. We're gonna have to answer some of your questions here. So we're going to talk about PokerGo Play, and then maybe I'll just intersperse some of these things in here because I don't want to miss the questions and have to scroll back through them. So PokerGo Play, Week 13 sweepstakes started today. This means there's another 350,000 Gala up for grabs. A new build just went out, and that includes a new player flow for new users. New user goes straight to the cash game. Dealer avatar explains the core game modes, points the player to quick play. This is one of those things that we're doing that is specifically designed to make it easier for people to enter the game and start playing, so that it's doesn't have that sort of scary Web3, like, oh my God, what am I doing? There's no instructions sort of thing. So that should make it easier. Trina will appear as a pop-up on other components when the player triggers an event or performs something for the first time. This will, again, help that first-time user experience and make it easier for people to come into the game and feel comfortable and at home. We're currently fixing frames as they were reset after bridging. Once this has been completed, we'll move on to fix PokerGo's OpenSea collection. And I've absolutely been loving this. I haven't had a chance to drop on. I missed the last few weeks of this in the evening. And plus Wednesday night at 8:30, like that's just right after the kids go to bed. I'm exhausted. I've usually been working since 4 a.m. and that's just really, really, really late for me. It's hard to be on camera at that point in time. But that's that. Now, Jay, let me hit some of these questions before we switch back. Do you want to talk about music, film, and the ahead of the game, or are those totally separate from ahead of the game? I will do some talking about music and film. It's really ahead of the game is specifically designed for gaming, but it's also one of those things where, we'll take other questions, anything that's related to the ecosystem as a whole. What we won't do is answer questions about, deep questions about partners or things like that. We really want to make sure that we're not putting words into other people's mouths or anything of that nature. Yeah. Anita sounds a little like Alita. Actually, she is. She is a little battle angelish. I'm not gonna lie. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. Do you do martial arts, Anita?
No, my siblings do. My parents were saying that it's not very ladylike, so they never put me in it, but it would have been cool as hell.
It would have been. It would have been. You got the crazy red hair. Okay. Okay, Mirandus, you can do this. You can do this. Mirandus. Bring the fire. Bring the fire.
All right.
Go.
So Mirandus, I know this is something that you guys have all been waiting for because I have been waiting for it as well. As you all know, there is a fireside chat tomorrow. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you check our Discord for more information because if you don't, you might miss it. You don't want to miss it, right? Huge updates from the team they'll be sharing in this fireside chat. So we don't want to spoil anything. So make sure you guys tune into them. Other thing that we can say is that the waves do appear to be bringing things to shore soon. So we will go ahead and roll this trailer for you. I am.
That was freaking cool. I gotta give credit to the sound engineers for Mirandus. Every single time I watch something, I can hear it. I can feel it. You hear the goblin leaning over the fire there, and you hear the weird picking of what sounds like meat.
It's very immersive.
Yeah, it's extremely immersive. It's extremely immersive, and I absolutely cannot wait to do some good Miranda streams. I've given away on my own Twitch channel over the last week. I've given away a few different Mirandus items, some exemplars and things like that, and that's going very, very well. And people are really enjoying that. So one of these days, are we streaming this on Twitch, Paul? We are streaming this on Twitch, right?
We are.
How's our viewership on Twitch right now? What do we got? That's not enough people. Good Paul says we have 11 people on Twitch. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next time, Paul. Next time, I'm going to do a stream just before this, and I'm going to do a bunch of giveaways, and then we're going to raid the Gala Games channel and then go straight into this. How about that? I think that would help.
I like that idea.
Because I've been bringing about 150 people onto those streams. So we have to do better. We have to do better. We have to get Jay Hoon in here too. Okay, Legacy. Let's talk a little bit about Legacy. There's a new update that was pushed out yesterday. This includes production line for teddy bears, 2 new districts to unlock, and bug fixes. Once you've had a chance to play with the new updates, the Legacy team wants to hear from you. We want to hear from you as well. Help them shape the next phase of Legacy by filling out the questionnaire posted in the Discord Legacy announcements channel. For me, this is an important thing because I know that Legacy, for a long time, people felt that there wasn't enough communication and engagement. And I'm really, really happy to see everyone stepping up, see an increase in communication, an increase in engagement, and an increase in the in products and updates being shipped. Updates take time, and that's something that's really irritating for people sometimes. But I'm really happy to see that some of these changes are being made, and people are able to jump in and participate and learn a little bit more about what is going on within that channel, and see the game grow and evolve. So awesome! Shout out to 22 Cans, absolutely killing it, guys. Anita,
Yay,
take it away.
Cans. All right. So with Dragon Strike, what are we excited for? New Slayer reveal. So there's new Slayer reveal. Go check it out in our Discord announcements channel for mobile games. All right. Other news is that any rewards that were supposed to be sent out now should have been also sent out. There was a bit of a delay just from like the treasure chest migration last week. So it is it should be out. Make sure you go check. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Dragon Strike. But make sure you check out that announcements channel. Back to you for Legends Reborn.
Let's do it. People have been asking me. They want to hear more about Legends Reborn. This is something that people have been talking about in Gold on a pretty regular basis. They're like, Legends Reborn, I want to hear more. So Legends Reborn, the team is working to ensure that NFTs are working properly in the testing environment. This is something that they've been working on. Everything is going well. Most of the boring but necessary work of getting reporting, terms, and not so exciting features in the game has been completed. And this is one of those really interesting things about game development. When I first started here, I didn't realize exactly how much ridiculously boring stuff had to happen to make this work. Data pipelines, analytics, all of that stuff, super important to making the game work correctly and work well and make sure that it has an amazing player experience. So a lot of that is done. The plan for the economy has been created, and features to make this happen are being roadmapped as we speak. I know people have been asking about a lot about what is going to be coming in the future there, and would like to talk to the team. So I'm going to work on seeing if we can't get another AMA together pretty soon, and then we can talk to the team and see a little bit about what's going on, and maybe bring the team in and talk about some art. What is this thing that I'm just looking at right now? Yes, and the music token has been pushed to prod. Benefactor has posted the contract in the Gala Music Discord, so good news there. So we'll get into little bits of that. Okay, take it away for Eternal Paradox.
Eternal Paradox. Okay, so I'm super, super stoked for the launch date of Eternal Paradox. Like leading up to it, I know you guys have seen all this lore come out as well. There's more being posted. Okay, so make sure you check that out in our Eternal Paradox Discord channel. And then just let us know, like, who's your favorite? What's been interesting to you, and who do you relate with? Who do you relate with? If you do, like, I think this is all super, super cool. Mercenary Tomes, there's still 30% off if there's any left, hopefully. They'll be returning to full price by December 5th. So make sure you get in and get it. Again, like I was saying, there is a launch date, December 5th. Make sure you guys mark your calendars. Get the game. It looks awesome. It looks fantastic. There is an AMA. Oh, sorry, I lied. There is not an AMA. That was still just the launch date, December 5th. It's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific time or December 6th, 10 a.m. Korea time. So for all the updates, make sure you jump into our Discord. We will be posting all the latest news there for the launch. Back to you, Jason, for Champions Arena.
Talk a little bit about Champions Arena here. New champions for this week are Azazel and Bishop. The skill info page will be added by next week. Check out the blog and video. Do we have a video to play here, Paul, on this? No video? Sad face. No video here, unfortunately. The Google Play payment issue has been resolved for the Brazilian users, so good job on that, guys. Matchmake. So actually, I had a very interesting conversation. I'm going to dig into this just a little bit. I sat down today and I talked to one of our PMs about Champions Arena. Champions Arena is one of my favorite games, and I sat down the other day and I played for about an hour on stream and went through some of the early matchmaking, and it was really honestly quite frustrating because about 30% of the games that I would play, I would have like level 80, ish champions. I'd play against people who were like 4s and 5s, absolutely destroy them. And the other half of the time I'd play against people who were level 150, and they would completely destroy me. And so I would play and nothing would really move anywhere. Massively frustrating, of course, right? And so I talked a little bit about this. And so what we did is we talked a little bit about some of the prioritization. There's a few things that are on the roadmap that are coming up here, and I can't give you a timeline on these, but some of the things that are high priority are repeatable dungeon to keep playing and leveling up, matchmaking fixes, a cheaper battle pass to make it easier for people to get in on that, 7-day mission event. The main thing that I want to drive. Oh, and also looking into potentially changing the way how some of the battle structures function and things like that. So for me, this is a super important. I'll deal with your question in a second, Tofu. This is a super important thing because I know the community has been talking about wanting some of these changes, and I want everyone to understand that your ideas are heard, your complaints are heard. We're listening to these things, we're talking about them, we're bringing them to the developers, and some of these changes are being made. It's just that these things take time to get in. Okay, let's dig into, oh my God, guys. I'm watching Gala Gold right now. The allowance issue, really with the allowance issue still. Okay, so here's the thing, and this is why we went with the word allowance. We can't say that it can't be a vault, it can't be a treasure chest, it can't be any of these things, because all of those things imply that the thing is actually inside the thing and that you have it. You don't have it yet, and that's a really critical point. It is an allowance for you to mint on chain. It has nothing to do with the honor system. It has nothing to do with whether you've been a good boy, Smiling Monster. It has nothing to do with any of that. It is just the amount that is permitted to be minted on chain that you have earned. I've been saying mint allowance. I've been saying mint allowance for a long time now on these streams. And nobody was confused about it. Suddenly it shows up in inventory and everyone's like, what? Oh my God, no. Really, guys, I have talked to people have suggested mint limit. They've suggested all sorts of things. But none of those things actually capture what allowance does, which is that it is an amount that you are allowed to mint. It's very simple. I am really confused as to how this is an issue. A privilege instead. HB says a privilege. Mint privilege? How does that work? And if you were to take this outside of this context and go talk to another industry, right? Let's say you're talking to somebody and, there's a credit for storing medical data on chain, or something like that. A privilege. Oh, this is your privilege. Privilege means private law. That's what privilege means. Privilege. That means private law. And that doesn't apply. It is an allowance. You are allowed to do this thing. So yeah. Vulture says, I love mint allowance. Can you explain why game rewards are minted? Yes, I can. Game rewards are minted directly to you because that is a reward that you've received from the game. So it's a token that comes from us to you, as opposed to a mint allowance, which is a token that does not yet exist, but you have performed the work to get. So like, does that make sense? Am I missing something, Anita? I'm so confused.
It makes sense to me.
I'm so confused as to why this is a confusing thing for people. It does not make sense to me.
I think it's just like interpretation of wording by people, right? Like not everyone interprets everything the same way that it's meant.
Yeah.
So
it's
Smiling
Monster proposed mintable vault. The problem with mintable vault is that isn't going to make sense to anyone outside of the gaming context. Like out in the real world, let's say you have a car company, you don't keep things in a mintable vault. You may have an allowance to receive a certain number of vehicles, but you don't have a vault. You don't keep them in a vault.
So there's that comment from Crystal Swagger Stick. Allowance in this sense sounds like what your parents give you as a child.
But
and
it's not.
I see that. I get it.
I get that it is a word. I get that, yes, it is a word, but an allowance, even in that sense, okay, your allowance is the amount that you are allowed to receive from your parents. Okay. I didn't get an allowance. Okay. I had to work. I had my first job when I was 7. So I'm so confused by this. Tokens you are allowed to mint vault. There you go, Bonito. You got it.
See, that sounds great too. But it's really long.
Yeah. Ready to mint tokens. I mean, it's such a mouthful. Will the music token be an allowance? Any token that you receive for the operation of a node would be received as an allowance, something you mint to chain. If you receive an NFT as a token drop, it would be a mint allowance. Okay, you can mint one of this particular thing from EPX or one of this particular thing from Spider Tanks. It's not a Spider Tank mint vault thing you can mint, thing. It's the way that it is. Okay, let's see. HB, am I being adopted by Gala if I have an allowance? No, HB. I appreciate you, but you don't get to be a Gala kid. A mint credit, but it's not a credit.
Unless you want to pay it back.
It's not a credit. and when you start throwing in things like credit, okay, vault, wallet, okay, this is why we have an inventory. These are banking words. Okay, we're not a bank. We don't do bank shit. And it's very important that we don't do bank shit. Okay, so I'm so confused by that. Anyway,
mint ready.
Mint ready, yeah, but
it's hard to settle on the wording of it because it makes sense to, I guess, certain people, and for the not so familiar, they're kind of like, well, it's associated to other things, right? So
yeah, well, Fortunate Crypto has a point. He says that the allowance has nothing to do with node penalties, which again, there is no such thing as node penalties. I think that's where the confusion is. I think what you have is a very small group of people who really like to stir shit up and got a bunch of people very, very confused. Mint allowance makes perfect sense. Okay. Cool says accounts payable. There you go. Ready to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Minty McMint face. There it is.
I like Minty McMint.
Book it. Done.
McMint face. Can't even say it, but I like
Jesus. And yeah, like I said, the old gamer, you can't call it a vault. A vault is where you keep stuff. This is a not stuff. This is very explicitly a not stuff. It would be a completely empty vault. It's a vault that you could summon stuff into, and you're allowed to summon this much stuff. Doesn't work. It's not a claim either. Don't have a claim. You're not claiming it from somewhere. You're minting it, and you have an allowance. Ready Player Mint 1. There we go.
I like that. Great ring.
Let's go ahead and take it away. You want to do Walking Dead Empires? Hit it, Anita.
Of course. So the Walking Dead Empires. I know all of you guys have noticed that Tuesdays we've been streaming more Walking Dead Empires gaming. So tune in, join us, ask questions, come raid with us. It'll be fun. Other than that, public build, it's still up and running. So you still have lots of time to come and play with us. If you haven't played already, make sure you jump in, come play. It'll be fun. Things will be reset as the team tunes the game. So like any updates, adding features, any further development, right? It will be reset and updated. So if you do find any bugs, make sure you let Doug Sunny know. He is in our Discord, so that would be his name, Doug Sunny, in our Discord if you have issues, okay? But other than that, make sure you join us, play. It'll be fun, and it is fun. Back to you, Jason. Echoes of Empire.
Let's talk a little bit about Echoes of Empire. We are excited, and we are waiting for a build from the team. At this point in time, everything should be ready to go, and we are ready to begin the review for release. This could begin as early as tomorrow. We've done everything on the Gala side, and we're just waiting for that build. We've been seeing steady progress, and as soon as that comes in, then we should be ready to do the final review process and get everything ready to be shipped. And it actually, can you let's see how quick on your feet you are, good Paul. Can you give me the Walking Dead upper image? I want to talk about that a little bit. Look at that. Oh, good Paul is so on top of it. Stash. And it was actually really interesting. I was watching a video with Crypto Stash and who was it? Oh my God. Hustlepedia, I think. I want to say Hustlepedia. And they were talking about The Walking Dead, and they had basically had one of those game tier lists, and basically he put The Walking Dead Empires as a C tier game because nobody outside of Gala knows it. This is true, and this is a problem. So this is what I would like everyone to do. Okay, I'm going to start this week, maybe tonight. I'm going to start doing some more streams of The Walking Dead Empires. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some invite contests, okay, where you bring people in, you refer people who come and set up accounts and start playing, okay, and then based on that, there will be some kick-ass rewards for people. I've been handing out some amazing rewards on stream. I handed out a couple Ancient Daryls the other day. I went a little hard on the boxes. Went a little hard on the boxes to the point where I got made fun of internally. People at the company were like, "You got a few of those boxes there, Jason, huh? You like the diamond boxes?" And I'm like, I was sad because yeah, I did. I went a little hard, but now I have a lot of cool stuff to give out to people, so that makes me really happy. And yeah, that's what we've got for game updates. Now, I do have a really cool interview that we're going to run right now with Forged in Crypto, and then as soon as that's done, we'll be back and we will hit AMAs hard. So run it, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. How you doing today, man?
Great, man. How you doing?
It's definitely 100% one of those days, but you know, I'm here for it. As my grandfather used to like to say, with all the horse shit around, there has to be a pony somewhere. So I'm just looking for the pony today. So it's a look for the pony kind of day.
You know, I have a lot of grandfather sayings, and my wife has banned me from saying any more grandfather sayings around
the kids. The kids. Yeah, no, I have that same problem too. Is your grandfather old military dude?
Yeah, he's Navy. back in the day.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah. So was my grandfather. He was one of the guys that landed at Incheon back in Korea, and maybe they knew each other.
You never know. You know, he was a Korean War vet too, so there was a lot of stuff going on there.
Okay, so he's Navy. What did he do in the Navy? Let's just do this. We're gonna have an entire biographical family thing.
He was
instead of talk about crypto.
I can't remember his exact job, but he was some mechanical guy on a ship. So he was always like fixing things. So
okay,
and so whenever
does seaplane tender ring any bells?
No.
Okay,
no.
Okay. My grandfather was a radio operator on a seaplane tender. And fixed aviation mechanic. Anyway, so since the time that our grandfathers floated around the world in metal boxes and had people shoot at them, things have changed quite a bit, and you and I are now here in this interesting, fascinating, highly evolving technological space. And you've been an active member of the Gala community for frickin' ever, and so it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute, and you're actually I think you've been in this community longer than I have. I'm pretty sure because you know McCarthy in real life, right?
So I know McCarthy. I've known him for a long time. Back in 2016 is when I met him the first time. So we have a mutual, really good friend. I do podcasts with Michael Hill, which if you ever watch that, you see him. So that's how I met McCarthy. And I remember talking with McCarthy before he really knew kind of what blockchain was, and we were like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be great for gaming. Gaming and blockchain, they go together." And then
right.
We saw each other here and there, and then fast forward, I found out that he was working with, what was before it was Gala. I think, can't remember whatever it was, blockchain gaming companies or something. Anyways, he's talking to me about that, and I was super stoked and talked to him a lot about the different intricacies that were going on into it. And I was definitely like, do it. And then lo and behold, Gala came around. I jumped into the Discord when there was probably 20 some odd, 30 some odd people in the Discord, I think.
So you definitely predate me then.
It was a long time ago, man. It was like early 2020s, maybe late 2019.
It would have been late. So I came in, I think I joined the Discord in like March of 2020.
Okay, well, we might have been right around the same time. Either way, it was a long ass time.
Long ass time. Now, in this time, I think that we have both seen Gala grow incredibly, and there's been good stuff, there's been not good stuff, but you've been here through all of it. Now, typically, the way that we do these sort of things is we do the what do you like, what do you not like, all of that stuff. Yeah. But rather than doing that, I just want to have a conversation with you. How do you feel about the direction that things are going, generally speaking?
I am positive. I'm excited for GALACHAIN to be released and have, third-party validators out there, me being one of those, to run the GALACHAIN. And I mean, everything that I hear about it, and obviously you've
built on it now.
We've built on it now, yeah. With my team over at NerdNode, we built on the GALACHAIN at the hackathon that you guys put together, and excited to see what we can really build once it gets fully released. We have a plethora of ideas and stuff that we've already built that we're wanting to implement into it. Marketplace and things like that. So, I mean, that part right there gets me super excited. Obviously, games. I mean, we're deep into the games. We've of course working with the Moth and a lot of them over there. We've got a great team that's kicking ass in The Walking Dead right now. I mean, I love the games. The games are great. So, I mean, businesses, they always have their issues, right? Regardless of what it is, there's always stuff that's going to go on. And
always something.
For me, I try and keep the focus on what brought me here in the first place. One is blockchain gaming and, owning your assets and being able to that's what brought me to crypto in the first place. It was owning my own assets with Bitcoin. It was, you know, dear to my heart, and doing the same thing with gaming, which I love and have loved for a long time. That gets me excited, and seeing some of the games that are coming out and that you keep pushing out gets me super stoked. So I love that, and I want to keep that focus, and I want to build build the hell out of stuff on the GALACHAIN. I'm sure you'll edit that out. The kids are gonna watch this.
We absolutely will not edit that out. I 100% not. You're good. You're fine.
Awesome. So I mean, yeah, you know, try to you know, block out the noise of stuff that is going on until I can get actual factual information. You know, and then move forward, right?
People do like to jump to conclusions. They really enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about the most recent one over my last podcast, and, you know, we dove into what was going on, and it was just it's a communication issue, you know, on both ends, from Gala and to the people that are hearing it.
Which specific thing are you talking about?
The Ravagers.
The Ravagers. Yes.
Yeah. And it just came down to a communication issue.
Absolutely. Well, it's not just a communication issue. I think it is definitely a communication issue, but I think part of it is an internal communication issue on our part, where you have Web3 people at the company, and then you have people that are not as Web3. And what, from a Web3 perspective, is like a what's the word I'm looking for? An absolute axiomatic truth. Okay, from a Web3 perspective, you know, supply should be X, right? Whatever X is, whatever the discussion around that's a number, and that is a number that is quite literally written on chain, and that's a thing that everybody looks for. And Correct. Then you have parts of the organization who sometimes don't always quite see things this way, because in a normal video game, that's not a thing, right? And so what we see as being a super serious thing, they may see as, oh, this is one of those crypto things that, you know, I don't really quite get. But everyone's getting better, and this specific issue we're working on resolving. I mean, I know that in the Discord, I did make comments that we would probably be using those 200 Ravagers for something, but then people really latched onto that part of the caption for the photo, and, you know, that became a super big thing.
It's again communication.
Yeah,
everything in life, I see it at home with my wife, with business partners, with everything that's there. It comes down to communication, and making sure that everybody's on the same page, right? And when we talk about where Gala's been and where it's going, you know, there's the ups and downs. A lot of times, honestly, just comes down to communication and what everybody's trying to do. And it's most likely not a nefarious thing that's out there. It's never a nefarious thing. It's like, as a fairly non-nefarious person myself, it's never a nefarious thing. It is what is the phrase? Never attribute to malice what can be best described, or what can be easily described with stupidity. Yeah, it's not. I haven't heard that before, but I like that.
It's not malice. It's yes, there's a lot of things going on. Yes, we're doing so freaking much. You know, and it's funny sometimes to see people say, well, what about this project? You know, this project has done this thing. And it's like, well, yes, they did. That's cool. But did they do this thing, 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 and this thing? And so, I mean, we've been accused before of biting off more than we can chew at times. And there may be some truth to that sometimes, but I think by and large, overall, we've done a really good job of, you know, shipping and making stuff happen, getting it out there.
Yeah, I think we had this conversation. It was actually you, me, and Eric on a call, and we were talking about this is early 2020, you know, or it might have been summer of 2020. And my biggest concern was coming at it as a crypto side first, because you're going to get the crypto people in, right? And the crypto people we want stuff yesterday. I want 10x tomorrow, you know, and I want everything that's going to happen in and I'm at fault here too, because I didn't, even knowing McCarthy, didn't realize what goes into making a video game until I've really picked his brain recently over the last year or so.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's insane. Like
and I didn't even know that. Like I come like you, I come
Yeah.
at this from the crypto side, right?
Yep.
Like I've been in blockchain since there was blockchain. I never made a video game before. I've never made a video game before. And so, some of those things where you're just like, oh, well, some of the game designers get pissed at me because they have a phrase. It's like when I say, well, it shouldn't be that difficult, they're just like, oh god, Jason's saying it again. Because sometimes, yeah, it is that difficult. And it's really funny. As a developer, you are aware of like the problem of time compression, right?
Mhm.
So you may have a developer that'll work for 10 hours on a feature that a user will use like one click, and that sets in motion a whole chain of events that the user doesn't see. The user just sees that one click. And crypto users, it's oftentimes even worse because most projects that all of these crypto people have been involved in for so long have basically been vaporware. And so it's really easy to pretend that your one click is doing something because it's like there's just a bunch of duct tape shit together in the background. To actually build something and have it be a game or a robust platform takes so much work. And people have no idea how long it actually takes.
100%, man. And that's what we saw, I think, in 2021 coming into the bull run made things frothy and crazy. And everybody's like, oh yeah, it's just easy. Just put the game in there and
just release it. Release it. I saw it at Galaverse. It's done. It's done.
I was at fault. I was at fault with that. I played it and I was like, look, this game looks ready, and what it did for me though, ship it. Let's go. I'm ready to play. Damn it.
Why can't I use my, X NFT, whatever it is? Ship it now.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I'm excited and going kind of first full circle. Like, I think a lot of people are coming around to seeing like it takes time to make a good game. You read about these games that take 15 years, to get before they launch it. And you're talking about, let's say Mirandus, right? When he started working on Mirandus, it's only been a couple years. Like, you're not going to get an amazing game out there.
I want to play. McCarthy, if you're watching this, ship it.
With that said, though, I think the opportunity here and what you guys are doing is to allow people to come in and do these play tests, to work alongside and, asset holders like myself, right? We have a lot of large assets to come in and help because it is new, right? This is new. How do we want to help, create this economy? Like using us, the guys and ladies that have large assets or just assets in general to come in and play and offer ideas and what do we want to see, what will help work out, because a lot of these game developers, because I've talked to a lot of your game developers and they don't even know what Web3 is either, right? They just see the idea and the concept of it. Bringing the two together to really work on this and make an awesome product. I think I love it. I love the game. I love the play tests, and adding that feature to it is
we're trying very hard to smooth some of this out and make it easier for people to contribute to the discussions around these sorts of things. And I think that like the holy grail, what I would love to see is in the long run for people to be able to come in and actually contribute not just ideas but actual developmental firepower. Building mods on top of games, things like that, I think would be really cool. Adding additional utility, stuff like that. Yeah. I love that idea.
Yeah. You look at what we're doing with the Gala Collective, which isn't actually, live yet, but what we have, the team over there, we're building, just add-ons for The Walking Dead. The Moth has put together a bunch of stuff that's awesome for people to, sift through their assets and what do they need. And, they did the same thing with spider tanks. And I mean, that's the community we're trying to build over there to help push forward these these games that we love, that we want to see successful. And
Yeah.
you know, we got a great group of people that are building that stuff up. So it's super cool.
So we've talked a little bit about what we've done, that you know, the accomplishments that have been made, and your perspective is very different, I think, from the average person who's come in, you know, last year or, you know, this year even. What and I'm going to ask this in a rather strong way.
Mhm.
Okay, and then we're going to talk a little bit about GalaChain. Where do you think we're fucking up?
Again, I'm going to say communication, like just from the get go. Like I see it a lot and it's a 2-part system. It's not just Gala. It's the people that are, for lack of a better word, butthurt, in a sense, that are quick to jump to conclusions, are quick to jump on the bandwagon that this is bad, right? Like, and again, Gala itself pushing out something that's not clearly defined exactly the way it should be on the same sense. Like, I mean, that to me is probably the thing that would, and I've said this for probably a year and a half or more, is just that communication aspect. Again, being able to clearly define what it is that you're doing. And
this has been a huge problem.
100%. I think that the communication side is so big when you're talking about a community that is as big as the Gala community, that's constantly there looking at what you're doing. And on blockchain, they can see everything that's on the blockchain, right?
Yeah.
Everything that's there and that's happening. So they're constantly going through with it. And transparency, in my opinion, is a paramount issue that needs to be addressed. Like, full transparency, like what's going on where and what's happening. And there's, you know, that to me, I think solves 99% of the issues.
Yeah. It's really an interesting thing. I mean, I've been having some very interesting conversations with a few quite prominent people in the blockchain gaming space. And what I find really interesting is how Gala is perceived by people who are not familiar with Gala, because they, you know, it's kind of like ripples that spread out, right, from a nexus or a center of impact, right?
Mhm.
Is that you have these people who are out on the sidelines. Okay, I was talking to Elio Trades the other day. Okay, cool guy. We were talking about his Neo Tokyo thing.
Yep.
And you know, he's kind of given me the vision for that, which is actually quite similar to your vision for the collective, which I find really interesting. But what he knew about Gala, okay, is next to nothing. Okay. He had a few different ideas, but the problem is that all of the signal that we put out, okay, because we have so many things that are going on, that we're doing so many things. Okay, people see games, people see film, people see music, people see platform, and it's impossible for anyone, even me, okay, internally, to keep up on everything that's going on. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And so you have like us putting out all this signal, but the further out you get from us, like the smaller and smaller those waves get. And then you have somebody out there who's a large influencer, they have a crypto following or something like that, and they say one thing, okay? And it doesn't matter how wrong that thing may be, everyone hears it. And the noise that you get from that single wrong thing outweighs the signal that we're able to put out. And so this has been a persistent challenge that we have. And, you know, right now I have this massive, and I actually would love to get your eyes on it. I may give you a secret sneak peek, Forged to Crypto, of the Gala ecosystem blueprint, which has cool features in it, such as roadmaps, such as you know, detailed descriptions of how things work, such as, you know, a lot of different cool stuff in there. You know, one of the things that we're working on doing is preparing this document to ship, because, you know, when you talk to people in the space, like they look at Gala and they say, okay, Gala, Sandbox, Decentraland, all sort of the same thing.
Right.
And it couldn't possibly be further from the truth. And so getting that different message out there, I think is really critical.
I totally agree. Totally agree. I mean, it's like the crypto, newbie coming in, and he's like, well, crypto's it's Bitcoin and crypto. They're the same thing. Like,
Same thing.
Well, sure. We'll leave it there for now because you don't have 150 hours for me to talk to you at length about what's
correct.
what's from here to there. So yeah, totally understand that. And I'd love to. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're here to help you guys out, man.
I'll get you in the dock, man. I'll get you in the dock. There's going to be a very, very select few people who are going to get some access to that, so that you can read through, comment it up, let us know any sort of feedback that you may have. And then my plan is that this is going to be released, and we'll also put it up on GitHub as well, so people can still build on it and expand on that.
Love it.
So talk to me about your experience building on GALACHAIN. What was that like?
Well, it was interesting because it was thrown together fairly quickly, and not a lot of info was given out until like last minute. So I was scrambling around to make sure I could get my team. I had my Nerd Node team, and then I had a few other people. I have the team that built our marketplace that was not able to attend. I would have loved to have them on there, but they were not able to attend. But
there'll be another one, so they'll get another chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got things built, so we're ready. We had, outside of that, what I thought was very interesting was the amount of internal Gala people that were building on it, that were everybody helping each other out, coming through, adding different aspects to the ideas that we were pushing out and whatnot. And it was great. 24 hours was the time frame. And, I didn't build anything because I can check my email and I can, buy shit coins. I'm really good at that. But my team, we have a great team over at Nerd Node that pushed hard on some, NFT, basically loan aspects of it. Hence, at Nerd Node, we run people's nodes. We're a suite, a full suite service. Basically, you let us run your node. We make sure it's up. We guarantee it's up, no matter what. And if it's down due to our purpose or our fault, we're going to replace your Gala with whatever was missed, right? And you don't have to worry about it. Set it, forget it. Nice. So with GALACHAIN coming up and them being NFTs and the different aspects of the new allowance or whatever it's going to be that comes through, we need to make sure that we are making sure that your nodes are up at all times and running at all times. And also, with the having only 5 nodes per and all that kind of stuff, we wanted to figure out a way that we could, for the large node holders, because we have quite a few that we run that have more than 5.
Right.
How can we, one, either set up accounts that we can then run them for you, or, in the fact that you still own that NFT and we don't take that NFT from you, and it's the whole issue, right?
Right.
So we were running through the loan aspects of it, which has so many different aspects within the gaming ecosystem and atmosphere anyway, of being able to set up loans and push it out to somebody else and how you have control over that. And so that's what we built and ended up, winning the hackathon with it. So it was pretty sweet. Thank you. Well, thank my team, which Anthony RA from the Discord was key in that. And he was super stoked about getting in there and building on that. And dude is smart as a whip. Man.
He is. Anthony RA is a very, very, very intelligent person. Yeah. He's one of those people that I don't always agree with. Him and I have had some long conversations where we've been on quite opposite sides of things. But I'm happy to hear that he enjoyed building and was able to get some work done with it, which is nice. Yeah. Because I think at the end of the day, one of the most important things that comes to, getting people who are critical to being somewhat less critical is for them to actually come in and understand what's going on, and I think he does, which is good.
100%, man, 100%. So he's a node guy. He loves nodes.
Well, he's really gonna like more of what we've got coming out in terms of how the entire ecosystem is going to build out and whatnot. I'm very, very incredibly pleased with what has been built by the entire team here, and I can't wait to get more people on it.
Yeah, man, me too.
Gonna see a lot more hackathons, a lot more of that, and a lot more information. I'm looking forward to getting these roadmaps out, because I know that's been a thing that we've never ever really done, and it will be nice to have people be able to see that and go, oh, this is what's being built. Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah, I think GALACHAIN, people seeing it and having it active is really it'll push a lot of people into the realm of, hey, they've been building a lot of cool shit.
We have. Weirdly, we haven't been sitting on our asses for the last 3 years. Just ship it. Done. I forgot to push the ship it button. It's like I need to get an
easy button.
I was just gonna think an easy button that just says ship it on it, and just hammer
Done.
that.
Yeah.
So ship it. We'll do the ship it, and then we'll press the confetti button, and then later, after everyone gets really, really, really unhappy, then we'll press the fire button, and then this is me. This is me just sitting in Discord on fire, being sad.
And more confetti.
And more confetti. Just a tiny bit. Just a few little speckles there. Well, Fortune Crypto, I really appreciate you taking the time to come in and chat today, and I look forward to continuing to build with you going forward in the future.
Yeah, man, we are excited and we're building, so it's going to be a good time. We have a lot of cool stuff we want to ship with you guys, and it's going to be.
Do you have a ship it button too?
Oh, I push it all the time. It just doesn't work.
Okay. It just, see, that's the problem, right? People always complain about, just ship it. They tell me that, it's my fault that number not go up. I have a number go up button that I've pushed, and it does nothing either. So, maybe these random little $5 Amazon widgets don't actually work.
Well, you're gonna like one of the things I'm trying to ship, which has nothing to do with Gala, but it's an AI based Etherscan essentially. But
nice.
So I've got the whole Ethereum database. We're running a node, trying to push that out and I keep pressing that ship it button on it. It's just not there yet.
It's just not working. Dude, send it to me. I'd love to take a look at it.
I know you will. I think
AI powered Etherscan. I feel like I know where you're going with that, but I would definitely love to dig into that.
It'll be a fun one.
Awesome, man. Well, I'll see you back in Discord, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks again, man. Take care.
Peace out.
Bye.
Crypto makes it super easy. I'm not muted, right? Good. I'm not muted. Awesome. Fortune Crypto makes it super easy. He's a fun guy to talk to. He knows a lot of stuff, and they do a lot of really, really, really cool things. So I'm always very, very happy to take some time to talk to him. Okay, so now is
before you move on to your questions, we need to give a huge shout out to Doug Sunny. I'm gonna make sure that's out there first. Yeah.
I thought I did that earlier. Did I not do that earlier? I thought I did. Okay, fine. You did. Doug gets extra shouted out if I did that earlier, and if not, then yeah, sorry, my bad. I thought I did. I meant to. Doug is absolutely killing it when it comes to helping people with Tweety. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and hit some of these questions. Okay, so you guys are in Gala Gold, or at least these people over here are in Gala Gold. And being in Gala Gold has certain perks, and one of those perks is that I'm going to be answering your questions first, and then I'll come over to YouTube if I've got a little bit of time. Soon, actually, I wonder if I can do this. If I push this button, does it work here? No, it doesn't. my little giveaway button doesn't work. Soon, I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to start doing some kick-ass giveaways on the stream too. These pump these numbers up. I've been giving away a lot of my stuff. You know. Oh, working with Neff on a good solution for this. That is fantastic. Good Paul says in my ear. Okay, guys. Smiling Monster wants to know who he sends his Gala Games Christmas list to. You can send it to me, and I may, you never know, I may be like, hey, have a thing. But I would probably say go hang out on stream, and that's probably going to be better bet than sending me a DM with a Christmas list. Win Renown in Tweety, NFT Chuck says, that I do not actually know. Unfortunately, guys, and this is a disappointment to nobody more than it is to myself. I do not know everything. So you may ask a question and I may not be able to answer it because I just simply do not have all of the information about absolutely everything going on. Nor does anyone else. There's a lot of moving pieces right now, and you know, I cannot answer questions about absolutely everything. So I will try. Joe E asks, any update on the big NFT drop to founders nodes? Hold on one second. Let me. It is currently being investigated. When I saw your question earlier, I asked Adam Price. That has been unblocked. I'm not entirely sure when they're ready to pop that off, though. So that's going to be something that comes here before too terribly long, though. GalaChain wallet, hardware wallet support. That is something that is currently being worked on, but I do not have an ETA on that. Eventually, we will get there, though. Let's see. Catches wants to know why we have not yet released a light paper for Eternal Paradox when the release date is less than 5 days away. I actually just saw a version of that paper yesterday afternoon. So it's getting pretty close. Not quite ready yet, though. One of the things that we always try to do is to make sure that before we release something, we actually have all of the data. Because what I hate more than anything is when a paper gets released and it is, you know, full of fantastical things that aren't actually relevant or based on data. It's sort of like what is the phrase? No plan survives first contact with the enemy, or along those lines, everybody's got a plan until someone punches them in the mouth. Games have a tendency to do that. So game economies have a tendency to do that. And this is one of those things where, you know, we kind of want to get it out there, see how it works. And maybe the paper will come before that, but it may come after some more data is collected on actual gameplay, just to make sure it's really tight. Tofu, anything Vox related? I actually saw some pretty cool Vox looking stuff that was sent to me today. But I'm not allowed to talk about it. I don't want to. I don't want to get myself in trouble or anger some other people. GalaChain partnerships, new game media news update, Spider Tank's future plan. Silver Bullet has a lot of questions. GalaChain partnerships, tons of stuff in flight right now. Absolutely insane amounts of stuff. New games, there's some cool stuff that we're talking to people there. Cool thing about a lot of the new games is it's just people that are coming to build on GalaChain, and less stuff that we're doing and less stuff that we're, you know, supporting, if you will. So you should see more stuff coming up here before too terribly long. A lot of people are asking for update on game media. This is unfortunately an update that I can't give, not because I don't want to, but because it's just, you know, there are things that prevent us from being able to, you know, talk about things that happen with partners sometimes. And so what I can say, though, is that Spider Tanks is fully in game media's hands in terms of development updates, timelines, all of that. That's something that we have no ability to influence. I wish we could. I can say that. I think I'm allowed to say that. Can I say that, Anita?
I want to say you can.
I feel like I'm allowed to say that. I think that maybe I'm going to appoint you temporary lawyer on this call.
Oh.
Blake should like that. So I think I can say that. You know, I had a very interesting conversation this morning with Johnny Gonzo and Gala Gold. And those of you who hang out in Gala Gold know that Johnny Gonzo is a very passionate man about spider tanks, and there's things that very much frustrate him. And so for me, I understand the frustration. I 100% understand the frustration. It is unfortunately not something that we have the ability to do anything about. Frustrating, but that is the reality. Let's see what we got. Le Faust, that I think answers your question, or rather doesn't answer your question, but it's the best I can do, unfortunately. Let's see, some people saying that maybe ChatGPT can automatically answer questions.
Automatically, I like that.
Automatically is a great word.
It is a great word.
Airborne 89, once GALACHAIN is ready for the full migration of the daily reward distribution. You're talking about the new distribution that was the last node vote. Can we get a two months notice before the 20% daily mint allowance? That's a fucking word again. Excuse me. That's what's confusing people, is the use of the word allowance in two places. Before the penalty gets applied. There's no penalty. There is a bonus, and you spend bonus points. It's not a penalty. But yes, there will be plenty of warning and notice before that goes live. And so there'll be more news and updates on that, and some roadmap stuff that happens with that. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled for that. Weiss asks a great question. I believe the next crypto bull sees Web3 gaming as one of the main narratives. If we were to demonstrate GALACHAIN at the forefront, what would you present as the three main key points of difference, and why? That is a fantastic question. The first point in my mind, there's several. The first point is the fact that it's not EVM. Okay. Now, in the crypto space, there are a lot of people who say that it should be EVM. They want EVM. But the problem is that EVM is a ridiculously pain in the ass solution for a Web 2 developer to implement. Okay, a normal Web 2 game dev coming in and having to mess with Ethereum is a pain. It is a pain for them. And this is why GALACHAIN is great. When during the hackathon last week, we had people saying things like, I spent 16 hours trying to build something and realized that you guys had already built it for me, and it was the thing that I could have just, clicked on and integrated into my chain code, and it would have worked, but I didn't stop to ask for help, so I didn't realize that. It's easier for a Web 2 developer to pick up and run with, and that's a really important point. The second point, and this is also very important, is the node ecosystem is a massive differentiator, because it allows a game to come in and not just have a chain that they can work with, but also be able to deploy actual infrastructure that their game can depend on. This makes a huge difference for, Last Expedition. Massive difference, right? Other games can come in and do that, and it's not a difficult thing to do. Excuse me, I cannot breathe for shit right now. This is terrible. And I would say that the third primary point is the fact that it is designed specifically for industry scale. It's not just a little thing built for gaming, okay? Although it can definitely handle gaming. It's designed to handle massive Web 2 throughput. And that's one of the key things that is a differentiating factor. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm still on Gala Gold. I can't go over here to the YouTube questions yet. I'm sorry, Boney Chill. And yeah, those of you guys who are... Oh, sorry, you said, Anita. You're better.
I was going to tell everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Show us lots of love. Do your thing.
Sorry, I get on a roll, and then Good Paul reminds us to say that. Okay. Subspace would like information on rep. Rep is moving forward. I believe it's just about ready to push to prod. Those of you, in fact, some of you, including you, Subspace, are in there playing around with it right now. So the platform itself is just about ready to go live. The the nodes portion of things is the next portion, and that's when that content starts getting distributed across those nodes. So that's still coming, but the platform itself is working and does all of the things necessary that for a social media platform. So I'm looking forward to getting people in there and playing with it. Okay, between signups, music plays, and other objectives, what is some of the priorities for the Gala music team leading into launch? Does this include a need for viral posts? Absolutely. Viral posts are always helpful and always fantastic. I've spent the last few days working very closely with the Gala music team, making sure that light paper is buttoned up nicely and ready to go, and worked very closely with that team. So I'm looking forward to that shipping out there, and I'm very excited to see this go live. So yes, we will absolutely be wanting some those viral posts. You ain't my fry. How much are you earning? How much are y'all? I'm not very good at y'alling. How much are y'all earning in beams per day on average for one node? I feel like I'm earning nothing. That very much, you ain't my fry, that very much depends on the tracks that you have paired with it. The revised tokenomics model for music has a chunk for nodes for uptime, which is something that has not up until this point in time previously really been included. So that's going to be a thing. NFT Chuck just wants me to ship the Tweety Dungeons. Just push the button. I'm gonna order, I'm seriously actually gonna order one of those easy buttons so I can hammer on it on my desk. Oh, what is that Jim Cramer guy that does the stock show, who he has his big noisy soundboard that he pounds on? I need to get one of those. Were you saying something good, Paul? Oh, I should do it in my stream deck. That was easy. That'd be great. Okay. The Old Gamer, I would like to hear anything related to the future of Spider Tanks. Don't let it die. Dude, I don't want it to die. I have been a diehard, staunch advocate for Spider Tanks for a long time. And working with Patrick on our side, the what was his name in here? Iceberg or something. He's not in Discord all that much. BizDev Dad, I think. We worked really hard to turn Spider Tanks around, change the way the economy functioned earlier this year, and all of that. And that was going great for a little while, and then things started going not so great. But I am a huge fan of Spider Tanks. I love the game. I think it's super fun, and I very much would like to see development continue on it. Okay. Airborne says, I think before we do any major change in the ecosystem, we need to give at least 2 months for everyone to know what's going on, so we have time to respond. A week or a month, 2 weeks or a month is not enough. The notice for V2 was way too short. So that notice for V2, it was a full month, man. It's not too short. That's I've seen things happen with much less notice than that. The only reason that it was a challenge was because Coinbase did not support the V2 token. Had that not happened, it really wouldn't have been an issue for anyone pretty much at all. And hopefully that still gets resolved in the future. There's no reason in my mind that eventually that won't in some way, shape, or form be resolved. Let's see. The Great G is guessing that there's a new sale. Always the cynic. I don't think that there is any new sale that's currently going on, as far as I know. At least nothing that I'm talking about. Let's see. What do we got? Looking at questions.
Are we still in gold?
I'm still in gold. There's just a lot of text
There's
wall
a lot
pieces.
Of questions going today.
There's a lot of questions. It's good. I like it.
Now, anyone looking for Mirandus leaks, wait for the fireside chat. I know
the fireside chat's going to be nuts.
Okay, so honestly, wait for the fireside chat. Tune in. You'll receive all the things that, maybe not everything, but
when is the fireside chat? When's the fireside chat again? Noon Pacific tomorrow. Hold on just one second here. I need to look at my calendar. And is that going out on Twitch too? Okay. So noon Pacific tomorrow. Oh, come on. Guys are killing me. I have a gigantic numbers and roadmap review meeting. Oh, I wanted to stream right before that. You know what? Maybe I'm going to stream in the numbers and roadmap meeting, and I'm just going to make everybody in the numbers and roadmap meeting watch me streaming. I love this idea.
See how to make work fun.
I'm sure they're gonna appreciate that. You get to see me, you know, have like fire and confettis and stuff all over the place during the numbers and roadmap meeting. It's gonna be great. And then we'll raid the channel at the end of all of that. I think that would be kick-ass. How about that? Okay, sorry. Now minimizing my calendar again. Let's see. Lefau says, I've seen Gala trying hard on every game, so I'm not sure they're not just sitting on their hands. There's unfortunately nothing I can share, but yes, trying very hard. Think Jaehoon says, I told him I know everything. I do not know everything. I don't know, like, one of my favorite books is Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance by Robert Pirsig. If you guys haven't read that, you should definitely read that book. And it talks about the tyranny of knowing stuff, because the more stuff you know, the more stuff you realize that you don't know. And I am convinced at this point in time that I know absolutely nothing. So, okay. Oh my God. Is Gala Cloud Gaming still something being considered? Absolutely. Do you talk about the Vox team hackathon making random number generator? I did not. Oh, interesting. I would love to talk to the Vox team about that. Vera, please feel free to reach out. I was unaware that was a thing. The old gamer said it'd be really nice if Gala had a system in place to trade in or disarm your NFTs. Interesting. I like that idea. Are you going to be present in the fireside chat tomorrow? Maybe, probably.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, it's so much stuff going on. Anita, you've seen my calendar.
I know, it's
like
gross.
14 hours of meetings a day. It's ridiculous.
But it's the Mirandus fireside chat.
It is. And I really want to, maybe I'll just show up and I'll just be like, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe that's what I should do. You should like let me actually crash the thing and I'll be like, hello.
Surprise, it's me.
Can you put me behind them like gigantic Wizard of Oz face? Okay. I think that would be good. Rusky. Oh yeah, he says he can do that. Sorry. Nobody can hear you. You should make it so people can hear you. People should know that you exist, Good Paul.
Okay, so Good Paul is real.
So that they don't just think that, it's just me talking to myself here. Rusky, give a formal statement regarding Bucks. That there is nothing to state at this point in time. Nothing has changed regarding her employment. She's an employee of Gala. Nothing has changed regarding her position. Any news later, it's not up to me to share. Okay. Anything, it may be up to her, it may be up to the company. It's not a thing that I can just pop off and talk about, because to do so would violate all sorts of things. Policies, confidentiality. It's just not my business to talk about. Let's see here. Change allowance to allocation, says Migsy Foxy. Yeah. Okay, let me see what I can do. Deathlicious is part of allowance gang, though. So, man, there are tons of questions today. It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. Okay. General Kaizen liked my supply chain track and trace on Class E stream. Will Gala merch have a track and trace option? I think that's a cool idea. BitBender career change. Wait, what am I going to go do? Smiling Monster. Is CoinGecko going to change game to L1? Yes, we've actually already asked them to do that. Is that message for the loot boxes? I don't know what we're talking about here. Wait. I'm so confused. What? I'm so confused. Anyway, I don't know. Okay, I've officially reached the end. I've officially reached the end of Gala Gold. So now over here to the YouTubes. Okay. Any words for music? Music is awesome, guys. I'm super excited to see this. I've been working hard with the team on the light paper, and it's going to be pretty awesome. Please explain beams versus music. Beams is a tracking token. That's just a database thing. The music token is an actual token on GalaChain and on Ethereum. So once that happens, then you can do whatever you want with it. Send it, bridge it, all of that stuff. Jay Wheeldryer says, don't ever be like Kramer. I will try not to be like Kramer. Because that just, yeah, it's not a fun thing. Let's see here. We're getting close. Can we at least get Silk listed on some exchanges? Using Uniswap sucks. Using Uniswap is not fun. There's definitely conversations that are taking place there. Let's see. Dr. Wookie is rigged. Also, that potato guy in the giveaway. Yeah, Dr. Wookie has won some crazy giveaways on my channel. It's a little too much.
So we've been asked about Grit quite a bit. Any updates for Grit?
I do not have an update for Grit at this point in time, unfortunately. That is a thing that I would like to update because I actually like playing Grit, but I do not have an update at this point. Let's see here. Ship the dungeons for the Walking Dead Empires. Okay. Well, Pony Chill says Uniswap. Yeah, pretty much. They're very difficult to work with. They're very difficult to work with. And they will not, like, even though they totally have the power to like deactivate trading pairs and stuff, they don't. They won't even post messages saying there's a new contract. Very frustrating. Okay, guys, I think that is about it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow. And yeah.
Show us all some love. Oh, don't forget there is Gala Plays tomorrow, so watch out for that.